Make a blue sky post. Real quick. A little promo. We have to do all this promo now because I'm lazy and didn't want to do it before. YouTube, not YouTube. At Mikrin. Right? Yeah. Can I make a... I hate the Hell platform. I don't want to post on the Hell platform. Okay. We're good. I forgot. Twitter's weird in that it's the second link you post that gets thumbnailed. And it just like doesn't work. Twitter's such a garbage platform. It's crazy. It was never good, but it's crazy how much worse it got over time. There we go. We did it. We did all the posting. Okay. There's a few things I want to do off the dome that I'm thinking about. I got a good amount of progress. I gotta hit the record button. I had got a good amount of progress done on this bar station yesterday. I'm pretty happy with where it landed. From a build perspective. I think I got basically exactly what I wanted out of this. There's some more bottle work I want to do. I do kind of want to preemptively start thinking about how I build a wine rack. The wine bottle that I want is not yet gettable, but there's a new wine bottle in Midnight. This guy. This right here. This is going to be real handy for me. I need that one. This is an incredible shot glass. This is just a good like display bottle. There's a lot of good. In fact, if we just look at the Midnight stuff, right? Oh yeah, this is the other one. There's a lot of good just like bottles coming up. But this is too fancy. I just want like a standard wine rack. Why is this tagged as Midnight? Bizarre. There's a bunch of stuff in here that's just like tagged in an insane way. That's fine. I just don't know where I'm gonna put it. I don't know where the wine rack goes in this kitchen build. I almost kind of wonder if the answer is like it has to go in a separate room. You know? I've been thinking about doing some kind of bar cart build. But there's not a lot of space in back here. The other option is obviously if we get rid of this wash basin, we could probably fit a bar cart type of setup or like a wine rack setup right here. Just kind of gross to have a kitchen that doesn't have a sink, you know? I like having the lawn counter here. Yeah, there's not really a lot of places to put it. That's the tough part. That's okay. So that's number one. It's one of the things I want to work on. I'm starting to think through how I make a decorative wheel, like a ship wheel for the wall. And I think I want a guitar hanging somewhere. I was kind of thinking like maybe right here would be a good place to hang a guitar. And I'm just wondering if maybe we start with the guitar. I've got some good rafter work done up here. We got a little bit of work to do on just cleaning up these pillars, but in general, I'm pretty happy with where these have landed. I think a lot of this like pillar work, like ideally what we would want is we want some like sort of structural crossover. Part of me wonders if the answer is we just slide this. Like, do we actually just slide this? Over? And then like down a little bit like that. Something like that. I think that might be the move, chat. Why are they so different? Oh, these are not even close to the same height. That's why. Do that. Something like that. And then we do this. Yeah, that seems okay, right? One of those, maybe we... What am I stuck on? Pull it in just a little bit, just so it hides. Push it down. Yeah, that's better. I kind of do think maybe we still run a second set of these just across here, but we can solve that. So you do that, and then you kind of like... We hide it with what we want is just like a sort of a block of wood to hide it with. You would almost just take like this. Just go. that cover this side as well? Yeah, it's actually not even quite square. Something like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to like kind of look like some it's just gotta kind of look like some ramshackled carpenter did some weird work. Perfection is the enemy of good, but it's also the enemy of believable, you know? Do like one of these. Can I get this guy lined up right there? Boom, boom. Boom. Pull it across. And that's like good enough. Yeah, I'm honestly pretty happy with that, I think. Yeah. As far as rafters go, you can do a lot worse than that. We do just want to make this like visible though. You gotta be able to see where it hangs. Okay. Let's think about this guitar. So I want a wall hanging guitar, right? Let's do some filters. Let's go, we're gonna go size, uncheck all, tiny, small. There's maybe a world where we can kind of get away with a medium, depending on the object. These barrels are a little too... So when you think about a guitar, like an acoustic guitar, I guess the other option is we do a lute, right? Like we could do a standard like backpacker acoustic guitar, size guitar, or we could do like a lute. The lute mandolin type of approach might be quite a bit easier if we just find the right oval to use. We need kind of a thick wood oval. The barrels, I think, are going to be a little too circular for us. Almost every barrel is going to be a little too circular. Let's get out of the catalog for a sec. Let's go see what we're working with just in general. Okay, we don't want midnight. Although maybe we do want midnight because it turns out a bunch of that stuff is just not tagged correctly. Let's just do this. I got pretty good game sense about what's in the game right now. Versus these signs are cool, by the way. If you haven't seen these profession signs, I'm a big fan of. These are going to be a lot of fun. We need... See, it's too round. It's somehow at the same time too round and not round enough. These elegant like elven barrels have such a harsh octagon angle to them that something like the Stopford Gilnean barrel does not. I think this is a inscription item from Cataclysm, maybe? I have to remember off the dome. This bottle shipment would be good to have just for the bar. Where can we find... Very interesting. The tables are just like, I think the tables are too big, but maybe they're not. Maybe we can get away with... When you go to catalog and you'd go... As soon as you add medium to the catalog, you're way too big. Let's go... Like, this could maybe work. There's a world where this works. How many of these do I have in storage? One. I need, like, 2 of them. Ideally. Or... Hold on. Thinking. How small can you make the coffin? Coffin. Pretty small. Okay, chat. Hold on. Let the blocking begin. So this is A little too big. Get down here. Okay. Here's what we're looking at, chat. Let's see this. Is this a believable size for the body of a guitar? It kind of is. At least a lute. It's actually even a little smaller than my guitars. 20. This might be too big. This is a little too big, I think. It's probably like my body in a bit. Yeah, this is too big. We might be able to get this. We'll get away with like a 25 here. Something like that. Okay, chat. Let's table this for now. So we've got this, right? That is a thing of wood with a, or thing of soil, pardon me. This doesn't get small enough. It's also not dyeable. We need something dyeable and round that we can use to simulate the hole in the guitar. Oh, of course. I know what we're going to use. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else we can use before I go to the old staple. It's going to have to be dyeable. It's just like, let's hit the dyeable filter right now. Okay, so there's that. And then there's a world where like we do this. We do one of these. It's not particularly thick. But you could like... You can see it, right? You can kind of see the idea. You would probably need 4 of these, I think, to really get the appeal. Or minimum 2 of them. Minimum 2, maximum 4. Do we have any more wicker baskets, or did I use... Oh, we do. Praise be. So we shrink this guy. Might even go down to 20. We'll see. Give him one of these. Right? Do something like that. Give me just a touch. That's one more than I even want. Pushing my luck. Right there. That's good. Haha. See, the thing they don't tell you is, 20 might be too small. We'll maybe change that a sec. You don't need much. When you've got an idea for something, you don't need much to get the idea to look like what you want. It only takes a little bit to get the suspension of belief to happen. Something like that. So these are like our 2 options body-wise. There's one more option. We're gonna buy 3 more of these. I don't think we need to buy anything else here. This may end up getting... Is this better up? Yeah, it's better like right there. We want to place this with regular decorate the... Oh, well, you know what? We sink it in after anyway, so it actually doesn't make a difference. I completely lied. It was actually a waste of time to do that. There we go. Pretty good. Okay. Let's go get... Let's think about... Before we go buy the rest of these tables to figure out which of these we like more, let's take a beat here. Let's think about... What are we doing for a neck for this? We want the thinnest, longest piece of wood we can get. It's not a bench. It's not a, see, the challenge with a bench, chat, is it actually is a bench. A bench is like almost as perfect as you could get for what we need this to be. Except, so we shrink this down, right? We like get our right length. That's like too thick, so we go down even further. Do something like this. And you can like start to see where it comes together, right? Except that, can I, oh, maybe I made up a fib. No, I didn't make up a fib. See, this is the problem. You don't want people doing this, you know? That's why you can't use the bench. You don't want people to get the idea that they could be sitting on your guitar. So ideally, we're not using a bench. And ideally, we also don't have, well, it's maybe okay for the top of it to have that metal piece. The tables are like too... Hold on. What's this? What are we... What have we got here? No. Almost a cook, but not quite. Carved wooden bar table, even shrunk down. I think this is too much. Right? Can be a little too thick for... It's a little too thick for what we need. Yeah. Maybe like a torn guitar, you'd be okay, but not for our little human. Not for our little human, chat. Where do I want... Where am I getting a neck from? I have it set to dyeable because ideally it would be. I should think about if I actually care if it's dyeable. This is too short. Too short, too thick. Is it gonna be a bench? What are we doing for shelves? Let's go to the catalog for a sec. Actually, let's just start here. Storage. Stormwind weapon rack. No, I need a singular. Is it the Gilnean wall shelf? Interesting. Hold on a second. Ha ha ha! That might be it, chat. That might be our solution to this problem. We might want two of them. I'm kind of feeling like two of them is the answer for just our thickness that we want. But that's not bad. That's not bad. Did I just place that? Yeah, I did. Lol. Shiver me timbers, as they say. Let's do one of these. Can we like shrink? It's like too thick still. That's not bad either. Hey? That could be okay. Kind of, it gets the message across, right? I still kind of think we maybe want 2 Gilnean wall shelves. And we want like a flare at the head if we can get it. Is there anything else we can use from a shelf perspective? Is there anything in the catalog we can use? Interestingly, in many ways, that's kind of perfect. What is that? The Valdrakken wall shelf? Is that... Is that a crafting dragonflight item? Is that what it is? Valdrakken wall shelf. Dragonflight inscription. Okay. I do know somebody that can do that for me. Because I don't have any of them built. Slate bench is 2. Look at storage real quick. Okay, so Valdrakken wall shelf noted. Good shelf. Kind of a funny... There's like 2 objectives here, chat. The first is we're trying to see if we can get anything else to work for the neck. And the second objective is no benches. No benches. The second objective is how detailed do we go in this, right? That's like piece number 2 of this whole thing. The back of this could be... This is small. This is smaller than the normal coffin lid, I think. Yeah, it is. That means the max size it shrinks down to. So how do I get the Brill coffin lid? I think that's also inscription, right? That was one of the ones that was teased really early on. They showed that. They showed the Brill coffin in the like first housing explanation post, and it's how we figured out that Lumberjack was coming as a skill. Classic inscription, yeah, okay. I kind of have a feeling that if we shrunk this down, we flip this, we shrink it, we stick it on top, and that's your like, that's where your tuning pegs sit on the guitar. I think is the play. I'm not sure we're going to find something better than that. Also, was the coffin in storage? That's kind of funny. I guess it's, you know, it's technically not wrong. It's just maybe not what we would have considered storage. This is an interesting argument because it has these 4 pegs that could be construed as tuning pegs. They don't come out of the side correctly. It's also really funny that I can't, like, I placed this, but the catalog resets and I can't tell you what this item was called. Is there iron reinforced wooden rack? Iron reinforced wooden rack. That would be an okay thing to test too, I think. Item we want, so I can see where it comes from. Oh, this just gets bought? Oh, it's from them. Okay, well that's really easy. That's really, really easy. Do I just go try that first? And then maybe we do the Brill coffin lid if we don't think that looks good enough. That's probably the move. Let's go lock and load. Go grab that. It might not even shrink down small enough, to be honest, chat. We'll see. We also need those elegant tables. Ideally, as well, what we would get is like some kind of metal. We just need like a way to make it look like it's attached. It's hooked in. So guitars, wall hooks for guitars sit on like little rollers, and they have little thingies on them like this. And what happens is you stick it in the roller, and the gravity rolls this down, which flings these things up, and it creates like a self-supporting mechanism to hold the guitar up. That's a crazy fancy one. Does Elven Shelf backwards be anything? No. Three of those, good enough to start. Let's go get our iron racks, or whatever that was called. People moving in all over the place. Someone moved into the plot next to me. There was nobody there this morning. They're there now. And I think it's a guy that has a massively floating house. But I am not the HOA. You can do whatever you want. Which one of these? That's what we want. No. No. I just want to see real quick. I had this thought that another string maybe off the filter. I'm wondering if there's a way to like use these as guitar strings. My guess is no, because the amount that I would have to like work to clip it in, I just don't think it would work. But we own them, so we'll give it a rip. Can I just port? No, that's so lazy. I'll just fly. There's no reason to teleport. The hell? What's this? Oh, it's gotta be for like one of the treasure hunts. Cute otter guy. Sea debris? Oh. I didn't even know that was a neighborly task you could do. I thought maybe I could also clean up this insanely dead fish. It's really funny that it lets me clean up sea debris as a neighborly task, but the dead fish, it's like, no. No, that oughta... We oughta leave that. That oughta stay. Okay. Minor sidetrack aside. Skadunk. Okay, let's all just pray that we think this looks good enough, and I don't have to go get the Brill coffin lid. Iron. It's like a rack, right? Something rack. This guy. Donk, donk. Oh, haha, chat. This is what we wanted. Yeah, this is gonna work great. Smaller. We kind of need... Does this work? Okay, test number 1. Let's find out if this works for this guy. Maybe not fancy enough, to be honest. Can you dye that? Yeah, you can. Totally. 2 dyeables. Nice. Can we dye this like a... Nope. I'll know it when I see it. What am I looking for? None of these are really right. And then this has got to be for the metal. You probably just dye this like a... maybe you don't. Maybe you just don't mess with it. Neither of those dyes really looked good. Shelf is 2. I should have bought more of these, is what I'm learning, chat. I actually need... a few more of these. This. Something like that. It's not bad. That kind of gets the job done a little bit, right? You can tell what it is. You can tell what it's supposed to be, at least, right? This one's pretty basic. This one I feel like we're a little more there. We maybe need to lower it down just a scooch so that... something like that. Yeah, so it kind of hides that, the sticky outy bit of the sticky outy bit of the thing. But I feel like you walk in, you can tell that's a guitar. Do we think that string light thing's gonna work? I feel like I feel like we kind of have to give up on the string dream a little bit. There's just like, it's gonna be such a pain to try and get this to do what we want it to do. Especially if the rotation thing is just like, nah, you don't need to know what rotation your stuff is at. There's no way this is worth it. Because the string bows in and out the wrong way, right? So like to get, number one, it's going to cast a bunch of light. Yeah, you just like can't. If I spin it, What if I spin it down? Oh, what if it's one giant string? The world's most basic guitar. Yeah, there's just no good way to do it. I would need like... Is there anything I can use that would emulate a string long ways? Like, could I... Rug. Let's go. Hey, all caps, rug. Let's take it down a notch. We don't gotta get that excited about rugs. This guy, right? Like if I take this and I give you one of these, it does have a little bit of an edge to it. It's a little thick, maybe. Oh. No. No, it's not going to work. We would have to... It's not going to work. We would have to make the neck the entire thickness, like, of this coffin. Which I don't know is worth it for just, like... the potential of having strings, you know? It feels like you lose too much. Plus, like, this has to be bigger than it is right now, right? Like, this has to go to, like... to reach, like, a tuning peg to hypothetically what would be the, like, board at the bottom. If you were building a guitar, you'd have to do, like, this. Right? Something like that. You'd do it with 4 of them. And yeah, you'd have to, like, it would be such a weird looking guitar. It's too weird, I think. I think it's too weird. You could... Okay, so interestingly though, chat, right? Like, I say all that, but... But for this little rascal right here, maybe a lot more feasible, right? We give it like a 30. We pull it back. Is this crazy? Is this gonna work? Hold on. Let's get, we bought another elegant table here. Elegant table type of thing. This is what I want. No. That's not what I want. Small, elegant, and table. That's what I want. Skadunk. What size is this? 50. Give me a 50. We give it kind of a thickness like that. We just wanted it a little thicker. It was a little not thick enough to start. So we do something like that. We pull the wicker basket back in. Move it up a little bit. Stormwind Hall rug. We would still have to pull this. basically to here. And you'd have to have the neck be as thick as that. I'm reading a text message I'm reading a voicemail. My mother is leaving me. My mother's leaving me a very detailed voicemail about them updating their wills, which is it's a very long voicemail. I don't know about these strings, chat. I don't think this is a good plan. I don't think this is a good setup for this. I think we're doing too much work. And it's gonna be like one big thick neck situation, which is traditionally not. I think that's actually gonna look worse on a guitar. Kind of where my head's at. I do think I want one more of these wall shelves. We want to thicken this neck up just a little bit. Let's move everything. We don't want it to be perfectly centered, but we kind of want it to be like right here, maybe. Something like that looks good. 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 Okay. And we get a, let's go get a second Gilnean wall shelf. And I think that'll be thick enough. I think we can, maybe one more of these. Thicken up the tuning head, too. Tuning heads typically aren't that thick. But we'll see. Let's see the thickness when we get the other shelf. That's pretty good, though. That gets the job done, mostly. I thought there was going to be a lot more work that I had to do building the body. But the Grummel-sized coffin, it turns out. Plus, there's a tragically wonderful story about using the coffin of a Grummel as your musical instrument for the future bard class. Let's cruise this over here. I can technically, I could just make another Gilnean wall shelf. They're 15 lumber each, I want to say. 15 lumber is pretty trivial to get. Should I just go get the lumber? I think they're like 7,000 gold too. Pretty sure it's like 7K to buy one of those right now. Let's check. It's on the way. Gilnean wall. It's 7,000 gold. That's crazy. We can't be doing that. In this economy, there's no way. I really wish there was a better option for strings. Like, I wish I had a good idea for, which one of these do I want? This one. I wish I had a good idea for strings for this guitar. Or just like a good solution, but I don't. Do I have lumber on? No. Where's my axe? Did it deposit my axe? This game, man, I tell ya. Okay, we gotta go back to Stormwind. Why would it deposit my axe? Make sure I'm not blind. I definitely don't see it. This is not the first time the game has done this to me, either. Do I not even have one anymore? It's intriguing. Did they patch the axe out? Am I getting punked? Am I being turbo owned for never, ever, 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 ever reading patch notes? That wouldn't surprise me. They love to, they love to trick me. Where are you, lumberjack? Am I insane? Hold on. I'm distracted by weed. Lumber axe. Wow. The harvesting hatchet. Yeah. Tar lust. Oh. As of the patch this week. So like 2 weeks ago, and I just didn't notice. Okay. Never mind. Never mind, chat. I am once again owned. I did get owned for not reading patch notes. What are you gonna do? Excuse me. What's up, buddy? My dog's on alert. Because it's nearly 5:30. Okay, let's go get our 15 lumber or whatever we need for that shelf. What other stuff can we build that's atmospheric for a tavern? Oh, you know what I wanted to look at, chat, actually, is fence posts. Did I turn off the tracking magically? Or is there seriously just not any lumber here? It's impossible. It feels like I would see it by now, right? Toggle off, toggle on. Do we think they tricked me on Wowhead? There's lumber. No. I just somehow am literally not seeing any lumber ever. There's one. Okay, now we're cooking. Only need 15 of these. No disappeared. Means I'm like probably on somebody's tail in a way that's going to be really annoying. Quest. I'm close to spending 7K on a shelf. Because I might not have it in me right now to just farm around a bunch of places that have been picked clean. It's also probably not helpful that like everybody I bet is in Hygel. Excuse me. Come on, show me some lumber. It's a fish. Fish are not made of wood. Yeah, okay. We're not gonna do this. Life is too short. I do want to look at fence posts a little bit here. I think fence posts are our best bet for... They're not dyeable, which is annoying in terms of our ship wheel. Like in a perfect world, this is actually fantastic. This is a fantastic solution. The Elwyn fence post. 8 of these would kind of get the job done. Torn one's also not bad. Lordaeron one is not good. The Elwyn one's just so low res. But it's the right shape for a wheel, right? Can I... Hold on. Let's go get a good look at... I want like a screenshot of what I'm trying to make here. It's, by the way, truly hilarious to me that this isn't already a decor item in this game. Ship wheel feels like such a slam dunk. Hold on. Hold on, chat. 1 second. No, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this first. Let's get our screenshot that I want. I want one. Okay, you're Mondo in the way, my buddy. But this will help. So, will it? Can I get? Is there a ship that doesn't have a captain on it? We think. Maybe this one? Maybe this ship right here? Good ship, no captain. Nice. This is what I'm talking about. Let's get Mike lined up for a sense of scale. Let's hit it with the old snipping tool here real quick, chat. Boom. Okay, that's one ship wheel. That's like a real ship wheel. Now, in addition to the real ship wheel we're staring at, there is a decorative one. I want to say it's in here. See, it's quite a bit bigger, which makes it feel a little less believable, right? So maybe the smaller one is the one we want. This is a huge anchor. An anchor, a giant anchor would be kind of sick. How feasible do I think it is to make a giant anchor? Let's think on that. Put a pin in that. That's a future mic problem. The giant anchor. Okay. Let's get ourselves back to Stormwind. Stormwind auction house, spend 7,000 gold. Can't believe I'm saying that. On a Gilnean post, because I'm not going to farm the lumber. And then, or Gilnean wall shelf, pardon me. What are we groaning about down there, Bubs? Okay, we go Gilnean mode. Gilnean wall. Yeah, we're gonna take one of you. Congratulations to the guy who crafted that just suckered me into spending 7,000 gold. You did a great job. You should be proud of yourself. And we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We're gonna ask ourselves an important question in a minute, chat. The question on everyone's mind, Bo. Now I'm talking to my dog. Question on everyone's mind, Bo, is am I trying to literally reinvent the wheel when I could just use a wheel to get what I want as a starting point? And I'm concerned the answer might be maybe. Water. What a world. Okay. You tell me how big this is, first of all. 25%. You know what's interesting, chat, is by doing this, we can actually also solve our guitar hook problem, because what we're gonna do Something like that. That's a little thicker, right? Do this. Pull it out a little bit like that. I weirdly think that piece is actually kind of important. So we might need one more iron wall hook, I think, to really seal the deal. Okay, now the other thing I wanted to look at is, so we got the basis of we're not moving on to this yet, but we gotta just, can I just type in wheel? No, that was a stupid thing to type in. Obviously I can't type in wheel. That one, no. The trick with this, if this was going to work, is we would need a wheel that was the furthest. It's not that. We need a wheel that was the furthest, like, out thing on, the furthest out thing on its model. And a lot of these wheels are not the furthest out thing. Can I, like, shrink this down? 48, maybe? This goes in here like this. Just trying to see if, like, we could maybe... No. I was trying to see if this could, like, rim the wheel somehow. It's, like, not... That doesn't look great, though, does it? Does it look better on the inside? A little bit. That does look a little better on the inside, doesn't it? That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, what I was gonna look at is if there are any other cart types. I thought there was another... Oh yeah, there's like a million of them. Look at how many there are. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Oh, stop the presses. Chat, it's cool to make custom furniture. It's also cool to not work that hard if you don't have to. About to do the World of Warcraft equivalent of quiet quitting. Watch and learn. This little thing here is our real... This is our dumpster. This is a problem. Both sides have that, hey? Okay. That's okay. Let's let's give this a little tilt-a-whirl for a sec. Something like that. Even smaller, like a 60 maybe? So that could be like, that's one option for a ship wheel, for sure. These stupid little wooden pegs are really ruining my vibe. They are all of the problem. The entire problem is that every single one of these has, there's a whole griffin roost you can put in your house. That's crazy. Can I do something stupid with this, do we think? Is there something crazy I can do clipping a griffin into something? Problem for another day. No, bottom on that doesn't look good. That's not good either. None of the functional pieces are what we're gonna want. I think these might be as good as our options get. Where's my screenshot? I've got Cats in the Cradle stuck in my head, chat. Why is that? Why is that the song that's stuck in my head right now? The cat's in the cradle with the silver spoon. The little boy blue and the man on the moon. Why? Why is it there? Um, might be as good as it gets here, I think. I'm just looking to see if there's any other wheels we can use. The important thing for building the ship wheel, right, is we need to have like a gap of some kind. There's gotta be some kind of upper rim sticking out so that we can get just the outer circle without all the other stuff. So stuff like this circular elven table doesn't work. Because while it does have a lip, it's not enough of a lip, right? Like if we do something like this, like we can technically get this to clip, so it's just this ring, but it's paper thin. You'd never believe it. Now this would work really well for like a mirror or a window framing. If you wanted to make like a porthole type of window, great. Excellent thing to use, but not quite for a ship wheel. Peon's workbook. This is full of crap, right? Yeah, that's not. Also not looking for something that's literally full of shit. Do we think this is just better? It's not dyeable, which kind of annoys me. It also, at 200, is maybe a little small. Oh, it's also like, The black texture starts really early. So once again, it's not that thick. If the black texture started like through here and it was a little more of a hole, you could almost make an argument for it, but it's not. It's not, so I'm yelling at ghosts. This is just going to be too obviously wicker, I think. For our purposes, we need it to be a little less obvious than that. Can you... No, there's almost no lip to that. Okay, this isn't the worst. It's not the end of the world. Let's see what we can do. Hold on, chat. A thought is brewing. How small is this right now? Oh, not even close. Oh, we have a thought. Chat, what we need is this to be smaller. Right about there. No, it's so close. Oh, it's so close, chat. Maybe we don't care. Maybe we just do that. Maybe we just do this. Can we give it like a... Please, maybe? Is that too thick now? Relative to... It's a little thick. It's a little thick. Maybe we shrink this. I don't love the hex or the octagon. I just wish there was a rounder open barrel than what we have. But there isn't. Not one that's the same thickness. Right? I'm not crazy. Barrel. I thought I had open spiky barrels. I didn't place them in there. Where are my barrels? Maybe I only have spiky banded barrels. Orcish one, not open. Wine barrel has literal wine in it. Elador barrel is not real. Lordaeron banded barrel is also very octagonal. They're all kind of octagonal, though, aren't they, at the top, I guess? Maybe there's no way around the octagonal thing. If I want to keep it wood. Now, why? Why? Why would I possibly want that? Nope. Chat. Chat. Now, now we're getting somewhere. It's okay if this pokes through like that. Are these 5 each? Yeah, they are. This is an insanely expensive way to do this, but whatever. I will pay any amount of money if the solution looks good in terms of like uh decor budget cost. Pretty simple guy to please when you get down to it. Is there any way to make this barrel come out more without... That could be okay. That looks okay to me. We need something for the middle. Where are my Elwyn posts? $45. Check. Okay. For 80. 45. Five. Check. $90. 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 90 this way and 45. Chat. That's starting to look pretty good. Uh-oh. What's 360 minus 45? 315. Yeah. Okay. Occasionally we got to try and remember math. Which can be tricky. How many thingies do these wheels have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I didn't go crazy. They got 8. There's 8 of those things. Dunk. Five. 45. This is gonna be 135, right? That's math. That sounds to me like that's how math works. Yeah, we're laughing. Okay, let's move this down. Oh, my 1 hour loop stopped, chat. All the music stopped. We go again. Nothing better than the Hearthstone theme. You know? Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. One more of these bad boys. Get that down to 40, Mike. 45. Looks good to me. I feel like this can be down a little bit more, maybe. Something like that. They're not like perfect, but I also don't want them to necessarily be perfect. Again, symmetry is high. How much of my pants can you lick? Yeah, you want some food? Give me a minute. My dog. Did you just fart? Don't look so taken aback. I heard you do it. Dog's giving me all kind of sass, chat. Okay, that's that. We just need a good centerpiece. What's our good central element here? Now, originally my thought was, and I think this still probably works maybe the best. We take a Caldoroy fence post, we give it a 2, I don't know why that bug happens sometimes. We give it like a 270, right? Like there. Pull it out. Shrink it. It's too big right now. It's almost too... Fence posts are almost too thick. No, I don't know that it's the fence posts are too thick. I think what's happening, because these elven barrels can't pull out far enough to like hide the posts. We kind of lose something. Can I, what if I tilt them? No, that would actually look really bad. Is there something else I can use? Okay. I don't like this solution, but we're just gonna, let's just humor this for a second. Let's humor this for a second. What if we are up here? Excuse you. Excuse you. What are we on about? No. Because you can't dye it. In order for it to be like thick enough. Like what you need is increasing the size doesn't work because you need it to be. You want it this circumference. Well, I don't know. Like, does that kind of work? Maybe. Am I tricking myself into thinking it's working when it's not? Kind of feels like I'm tricking myself a little bit. If we do a second... First sentence. I think I'm tricking myself into thinking this looks okay. Second sentence. What if we add a second barrel? That actually does look that does look better, I think. I do think that looks better. I do kind of weirdly think that looks better. It does sort of... Is the ring even worth it to have here? Like, that would look best. If the ring wasn't... Can I, like... Hold on. This is an I'm about to do something... psychotic. Hold on. Is there a... What's the world where, like, we do this, right? And we just... we 270 this. And we shrink it. And we just drag that bad boy to like right there. Okay. I could hold on. Hold please. I could have thought that through better. Got it first try, by the way. So we do have a problem if I ever make the walls not white. That then that becomes a problem. But I mean, for now, that can work, right? Right, chat? Tell me I'm not crazy. I think this works just fine. So that was what? That was eight Elwyn fence posts, 2 wine barrels, 2 wicker baskets, 1 Calderai fence post, and a circular rug. So 18 for the wine barrels and the fence posts. Wickers are 1 each, right? So 20. And the Calderai fence post, I want to say, is 3. Maybe it's 1? It's 1. Let's just double check the wicker basket cost. Yeah, it's 1. Okay, so 21 budget. 24 budget. If you count the deranged rug play that just happened behind it. But not the, you know, why am I thinking about the budget? We don't need to think about the budget. Never tell me the budget, never tell me the odds. Let's get a screenshot of this bad boy real quick. I'll share it. Places. This very normal looking, everybody agrees it's normal, and everybody likes it, ship wheel. Wait. Does everyone like it? It's possible there are like 2 small things we could do here to make it better. Do you want to go have dinner? It's technically not my dog's food time yet, but he's being whiny. Give me 1 minute, okay? And then we'll go have an early one. How about that? I just want to see if there's anything I can put on the, that's deranged. Is there anything I can put on the middle of this that would be kind of like a funny display? Ooh, hold on. Is that kind of a cook a little bit? Is it going to cast too much light if we do this? 90. Okay, buddy. Okay. I hear you. You're heard, you're seen, you're in between. Yeah, we maybe like can't have it just like casting a bunch of light. You know? It's gonna invite more questions than answers. It also doesn't look good in that color. It kind of needs a crest in the middle. What the? High heaven? Oh, because this is a functional piece. Duh. Ebon blade rack. That bottom's not going to have a decoration on it. Just like anything we could use really that would give it a little bit of pop. It's kind of where my head is at. I'm also wondering if these, so if we get like a bunch of elegant pillow rolls, we size these down to like the elegant pillow roll. Wow. Very versatile item as well. We can probably kind of like fudge a bit of design work here. Like that. I don't love that. Maybe we just put that down here. You should hear my dog. Dude. Yeah, you're dude. You're the dude I'm talking to in this instance. I just think like maybe we can chill for a sec, buddy boy. I think maybe this isn't the end of the world that you think it is. That looks bad, right? I'm not going crazy. That looked kind of bad. 9. Dunk. Oh, it's too big. Is the other side of it too big? Yeah, the other side of it doesn't look good. Hi, whoops. Would you feel better if you came up here? Come up here. Would you feel better if you came up to see? Ah, come here. We're literally just trying to finish this one thing. Hi. Hi. I know. I know. You're a patient boy. Very patient guy. Hi. Hi. Don't take my headphones off. My headphones are okay where they are. Well, for somebody that's complaining that much, I don't see you offering a lot of help. I don't see you offering a lot of insight into what I could be throwing on the front of this. I think the answer is nothing, chat. I'm almost wondering... You just get to listen to me make noises at my dog for a sec. What if we put a second Caldor fence post? What if we do a second one, we flip it, so the dome is on the outside, and the dome pushes out? Kind of think that might be the play. Let's do that. Okay, here's what we'll do. Good thing. You know what, Bo? I gave you a lot of shit for not giving any suggestions, but that's a pretty good one. You did okay. You did okay. Let's do this. 90. You want to go down? Okay. Go down. I'll resize this, and then we'll take a break. Hold on. What size is this? Actually, it doesn't matter. We're gonna have to resize it one way or the other, so let's just sync it. For now, sync. Pull it out. Pull it down. It's almost too white, right? Let's shrink it down. Oh, you know what though, chat? With that... It's a lot better. It's a lot better. Is there any other fence post that we think would do a better job than what we just used? I don't think there is. I think that's kind of the best we're going to get fence post wise for that. This is going to be too gray, I think. Like if we do one of these. What do we want this shrunk down to? Probably like something like that. Pause. You move over here for a sec. You move in. That's too small. Start at 50. Do you think it's better with the light one or the dark one? That's dark. Light makes it almost look like it's hollow, but it's not hollow, which I don't love. But the dark one... Can we make it even just like a little bigger? Can we go to like a 53? And then sync it more? That kind of deal? I think dark. I think dark's the answer. I think that's what we'll go with. That looks good to me. Pretty happy with that. For a first pass, I think that's a noble effort for our first... Am I happy with the chat? Or do I think something in particular is missing? Here's what I'm thinking about. The other ship wheels in this game, right here, where these attach, they tend to have little wrappers on them. I should have taken the screenshot. Let me actually take the screenshot first. Screenshot first, and then I'll show what I'm describing. Okay. So all of the other wheels in this game, when it's a ship wheel, have a like what's going to be the best thing to illustrate this that isn't going to look like Garbo? Put a mug on the stairs for no reason. Okay, I'll use this to demonstrate. This is not what we are going to use for this, to be clear, but for the sake of simplicity right now, let's use it for argument's sake. So this, right? They always have kind of like a... They got a thingy. They got like a round... wrapper. I said I wasn't going to use it as the thing, and now I'm like, for some reason, really hell-bent on making sure that even for the demonstration, it looks good. They all got like a thingy, like this. Around them. Chat, that does look better, right? It does kind of look better when it's got the round thing on. Is there something better than a tavern mug that I can use for this? I don't want to go to the garrison and get a bunch more tavern mugs to do this. Can like the barrel shrunk down do it? Barrel's almost more ornate. Oh, is it the tavern mug? This is just like Mike gripes with reality, the stream. How many things can Mike complain that he has to do when in reality he could just leave them exactly as is and it would be totally fine? And he's being a perfectionist for no reason. I gotta look at my screenshot. That does look better kind of though, right? I'm not going crazy. Chat. I don't think I'm going crazy. I think I literally have the snipping tool side by side on my monitor right now. Nope, I'm being stupid. It's not worth another 8 budget to get those little rings on it. I don't think. I closed the snipping tool and didn't save the screenshot, so now I have to take another one. Yeah, buddy. You've been a patient boy. Chat, I'm gonna take a break in a sec here and go feed my doggy boy. And then we'll come back and we'll build some more stuff here. Those were actually both the goals I had for the stream, but I got a couple more things I can maybe tweak around on a bit. Oh, my wife's gonna be home soon, actually. So maybe I'm lying to you. Maybe we're just gonna end it. Okay, that's not bad. I just have one thing I want to try and do. Can we... This one here. Nope. I'm really being a perfectionist. I'm being a very untalkative, bad streaming perfectionist while I tweak like subtle little lines on something that does not matter at all because it's meant to be like a quick look piece. A blink and you'll miss it. And it's all because of the way these stupid elven barrels work. Actually, it's not because this. You know what, chat? Not fair of me to say that it's because of the stupid elven barrels. In reality, it's because I am being a whiny baby about the wood texture. Because really what I could do save everyone a tremendous amount of time. Like the lower budget version of this is just you take this and you just build your wheel. As like an 8-point wheel, right? Like you take this, you stick it here, you spoke through it, and that's your wheel, and away you go. And instead I've built some sort of hideous monstrosity concoction. All because this like is too metal for me. I wanted more of a wooden texture. And what did we end up with? A wicker basket. How did we get here? Serious question. Do I just... Hold on. Pull this away. Pull this away. Hold on, chat. Hold on. I might be about to make myself very upset. Let's get... this pulled up to right there. I think there's another open, elegant barrel here. I think there's more than one. Yeah. That's one. No. No. You know what? That made me feel a little better. It may not be perfect, but I do think this is a better solution than what I was just doing. I do think this ultimately works better. And I fixed the little clipping problem that was bothering me. Okay. For the last time, we take our screenshot of this. Rip a save here. Do one of these. Copy. Okay. So this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 budget ship wheel. But we do have the ship wheel on the wall that I wanted now. So all's well that ends well on that one. Also kind of weirdly looks like a dartboard, which is really funny in its own way. I got a story about my first house from before Christmas, how I built a dartboard and how it was way, way harder to build than this. And this basically looks like a dartboard. I built a fancy dartboard. So we got that. We got our guitar. No strings, but we got our guitar up on the wall and happy, hanging out, having a good time. Right next to the bathroom door, so that's good. I think those are the two things we built on stream today, right? I think I built everything else that I was working on today off stream. That's okay. I finished this chalkboard. I had a chalkboard in my old house, but I finished the chalkboard up today. Kind of cleaned up this kitchen area a little bit, so it had kind of more going on with it. Pretty far from done still, but so far the tavern build is working. We're starting to get a little vibier. We really got to do something with this corner. I don't love what's happening in the corner right now. I had like a good raised corner in my old tavern with this fireplace and stuff, and I think I do still want to have this fireplace here. I don't know if I want it raised or not. I got to think about it. If you have a cool thought for what to do with this corner, comment it somewhere on one of the videos. I don't care. It doesn't even have to be this stream. Just like comment it somewhere. Obviously it just needs more stuff. It needs like end tables and some drinks. It needs more prop work in there, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that corner yet. I think tomorrow, before the Super Bowl, if we stream, we're probably going to work on, I really want to get one of these tables playing cards. And I have a pretty good idea of how I want to build like the cards themselves and the deck. So I think that'll maybe be tomorrow's project on stream. Which is cool. If you watched me over the course of the stream, thank you for watching. I'll have some videos up this week. I have a few different tutorials that I kind of just like filmed a bunch of small stuff for. It's probably gonna be like one video that talks about like 5 or 6 different little accessory things. I want to do this pepperoni pizza that I worked on a little bit today. I want to do that. I want to do this bar tap set. I want to do the chalkboard. I got a lot of requests in my old tavern. People asking how I did the chalkboard, so I'm just going to rip that into the one video real quick, and then we'll take what we did today, the guitar and the ship wheel, and those will be our like 4 or 5 things for one video. Check that out. Hopefully it comes out this week. Maybe it won't. Forgot that you can sit on a fallen over chair, which is just truly funny. But I appreciate you all watching. Thanks. I'm gonna go feed my dog and make dinner. Good night.